Welcome back. Let's see and understand what is JSON. So, JSON is a JavaScript object notation. It is a format which is used very widely for data exchange in web applications. So, similar to JSON, we have the XML format also. So, you must have encountered XML format in your application as well, right? So JSON is a more simplified version, like a key value pair. Okay, key, and then it has a value. Okay, so it makes the data representation very smooth. Okay, and clear cut. So like employee ID, and then what is the ID value, like 2345 and so on. Then another key can be name, and then its value can be like John. Okay, and yeah, so JSON uses some notations like curly braces, square brackets. Okay, so curly braces is used to denote objects. Okay, an object begins with a left brace and ends with a right brace. So inside the braces there is a list of properties, that is a key value pairs separated by commas. Now coming to square brackets, square bracket is used to enclose arrays or a list of objects. An array begins with left bracket and ends with right square bracket. Okay, and then double quotes, though the keys and the string values are enclosed in double quotes. Then the colon, right? So like it will be like this format. Inside the curly bracket you will have key and then colon and then value. Okay, okay. So like this, and then comma is used to have multiple items. Okay, and JSON supports various data types like strings, boolean, number. Okay, null as well. Okay, null means there is no value. So like this is the JSON format. Okay, as I said, it starts with the curly braces, ends with the curly braces, and then this is the key, and this is the value, and then colon is the separator. Okay. Now coming to JSON skipping. So this is very important. So JSON skipping converts special characters in a string to their escape sentences, making the JSON safe to use in other strings or code. So to include special characters in JSON string, you must escape them using backslashes. So this is a very common error or issues when we work with JSON in Power Automate. All right. Sometimes if your JSON is not in proper format, it will throw error. Okay. So make sure your code or your JSON is handling the special characters. Okay, so for these special characters, you need to add a backslash so that the meaning of that special character gets lost and then it works fine. So like it's double quotes. So the JSON internal engine considers this as a special character. So it needs to be skipped. Okay, and the new line and so on. Okay, like suppose you have a JSON. Okay, this is the key value, this is the key, this is the value. Okay, so far it is correct, like these are in double quotes, that is not an issue. But since this is a new line, okay, in the middle, then you need to escape it. Okay, like it is skipped double by then giving a double one more backslash here, if you see here, right? Okay, so this quote at the end, this one is not an issue. Okay, this one is not an issue, but in the middle between these double quotes, if there is some special characters, then you need to skip using backslash. Okay, so these are some of the special characters, double quotes and backslash. So skip the backslash also, you need to give one more. Okay, like forward slash, backspace, new line, and all this. So this is very important concept. Otherwise, if you don't follow this, you will encounter issues in JSON while working in JSON in Power Automate. Okay, so how do you skip single quotes? Okay, see, this single quote is represented in like this. Okay, this single quote. Okay, but this will not work. You need to escape it. So how do you escape it? You give one more extra quote there in front of it. So the thumb rule is, if you want to escape any uh, escape any special character, you give one more value in front of it, same value like this. It becomes a 4. Okay. So we wanted to escape the single quotes. So we have to give one more. Okay. Now coming to extract only an array from a JSON object. To extract only an array from a JSON object, you can use the parse JSON. Okay. So parse JSON action is very handy in parsing and getting the JSON value. So you need to provide the correct JSON schema. So this is how you convert a JSON object to array. You add a parse JSON object, provide you JSON content, and then define the schema, then compose an array, okay, and so on. So you can come back to this and practice on these steps. How you append an additional element in JSON array? You can use union variables. Okay, you can use like this. Okay. Now coming to important concept like uh, getting the values of a JSON property. Okay. So optional chaining means you are handling the null values. Okay. Because if you don't handle the null values, it will fail in part JSON. Okay. Or if you are accessing the values manually. I mean, manually means using some expression. Okay. See, like this without a optional. So this is the key, and it is we are trying to get the key value. But if suppose this value does not exist in the JSON, then it will throw an error. Okay. So you want to avoid that. So what you do? You use a question mark symbol. Okay, like this here. So what this question mark says? Question mark will give an extra safety, like it will return null if the value of if this key or property is not existing in the JSON. Okay, so like you have a JSON, right? Okay, and we have key value, right? Key value. But suppose this key which is required is not there, is not sent by the source system or due to some issue, but your expression is accessing this key thinking that this exists, but it is not there, right? So it will throw an error. So how do you handle? You give a question mark. Okay, then this will return a null if this key is not found in this JSON. Okay, so this is very useful feature. You need to give a question mark always. Now coming to parse JSON, this is a way to you can extract the values of JSON. Okay, using parse JSON we can extract the value very nicely. Okay, so this is how you use it. to use parse JSON, add parse JSON action, and then generate a schema, and then use dynamic content. Okay, and then once you get the content, you can, if it is returning an array, you can use apply to each. Okay, so this is about the JSON. So I have compiled all the important things. So this is my screen. I have just created a sample flow, cloud flows. Okay, and I have created a JSON object. So here the JSON object is like this. So as I mentioned, this is the curly braces, opening and opened and closed. Then these are the keys. Okay, okay, these are the keys, and these are the keys, and these are the values. Okay, so these are the values. Okay, suppose this, yeah, this is address is the key, and the value is this. Okay, so here we have four keys like name, age, email, address. Okay, so how do you mm, extract the values? Okay, from this JSON, you want to get the value like age, right? In your code, you want to extract the or use that value. So you can use parse JSON. Okay, so what we will do, we will use a parse JSON. We'll copy this to create a schema. Okay, so let's get a type for parse JSON. Okay, so here it is. Okay, this one here under data operations, you get the parse JSON. Okay, so this one. Okay, now what is parse JSON? You specify, yeah, and then you have to give the content. So where is the content coming from? Initialize variable. So for that you need to give a backslash and then search dynamic content and select this one. This is the out variable. This is the JSON object. And then coming to schema, you click on it, and here use sample payload to generate schema. Okay, you have to click here. Schema is required, right? So once you click on it, this page will open, then paste that JSON. Okay, this JSON which I have copied from the first action. Okay, once you there, then you click on done. Okay, here this one. Okay, now click on done. So it will generate the schema. See how it has generated. So if you can see, this has the type is object, that is the overall JSON. Then properties, which are the properties? Name, age, email, address, right? So it has correctly given the schema. So schema is important to make the parse JSON understand. Okay, okay, now you I have done it. Then I need to create check whether it has extracted correctly. I mean, it is giving me that values or not. Okay, and let's get the dynamic content from parse JSON. See, it has given me, okay, name, age. So let's try to get the name. Okay, so what is dynamic content? Dynamic content means you are getting the value from the previous action. Okay, okay, I'm testing it. So let's see if it has done it correctly or not. Yeah, it has succeeded. Okay, let's check the run history. Okay, see, I have created a custom object. Sorry, I have created a JSON object. This is a JSON. Okay, type is object, values are this. Okay, and given a pass JSON. Okay, and given a compose. So compose will give me the name, right? Yeah, see, it has extracted correctly, John. Okay, see here. Okay, now let's see the pass JSON of what is the output it has given. See the same thing, right? It has given that in body. Okay, okay. So this is how pass JSON will return the thing. Then in your compose or initialize variable, you can reference the value from pass JSON. So this is how you work with parse JSON. Okay, and make sure you use, if you are using compose for building expression, then you use percentage sign. Okay, and also don't forget to do escaping of the special characters. So I hope you found this session useful. So keep watching and leave your comments. Thank you so much.